You are now plugged into the Social Plug Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? I am Johnny Martinez, and you are plugged into the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up and where we discuss ordinary people doing extraordinary things. We are always powered by Social Plug Media. Today, we're in the Greenleaf studio at the beautiful Greenleaf Health and Wellness Center in New Braunfels, Texas. Today's episode is sponsored by Top Flight Realty Group. This prolific real estate team serves you with trust, faith, and confidence, and they serve the San Antonio and New Braunfels area with all of your real estate needs. The man behind the scenes is none other than J-Rock. What's going on, J-Rock?
What's up, my guy? You doing good? I'm doing good, man.
I'm doing good, man. You got Stone Cold Steve Austin today.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, you kind of cycle between Stone Cold, Roman Reigns,
I'm all over the place, bro.
John Cena.
Yeah, I had Shawn Michaels on the other day. Razor Ramon, so I'm all over the place, man.
Razor Ramon.
You remember Razor Ramon, bro?
I do remember
Used to
Razor
throw
Ramon.
the toothpick in your face.
Toothpick. So this morning, brother,
you, bro.
I didn't get a chance to
The weights
go
with
to the
you?
gym. So, hey, at my old age, you got to multitask, right? So I'm over here. Hey, while we're doing the podcast, I got the multitask. I'm doing lats. I'm doing just curls.
Well, you-
It's a 10-pounder.
Yeah.
But don't judge me, brother. It's not
yeah.
about the weight. It's about how many reps you do.
Oh, it's all about the reps.
All about the reps.
Okay, so not about the weight.
No.
Well, be careful over there, bro. I don't want you to hurt our guests or anything like that.
Hey, so
Guys got to be on stage.
So, speaking of guests, man, we got a lively show today, man. Everybody likes comedy. You like comedy, J-Rock?
Oh, hell yeah. Speaking of the Stone Cold, oh, hell yeah.
Oh, give me a
I love
hell
comedy,
yeah.
man. Been watching comedy for years. Been watching, loving it. Love going to comedy shows. We were at a comedy show last night. Kind of, right?
Yeah, we were. So it was a Steve Trevino podcast. It was a great time. It was a different kind of comedy setup where they were just talking about themselves. They had Bill Goldberg on there.
Yeah.
They had local musician Wade Bowen. That was pretty damn cool too. He went up there and he sang some songs. Bill Goldberg put Wade Bowen in a damn helicopter spin
Yeah, he did.
and
That
almost
was
threw his
pretty
ass
cool.
off the stage.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. So we're in for a treat. All right, we're gonna have a lot of laughs, a lot of entertainment. So these different podcasts, man, some entertain, some influence, some motivate, some educate, and some are just overall a variety of everything. So our special guest today, man, he's a comedian. He's a funny man, bro. We're here before the show chopping it up. The guy is top notch. He makes us laugh. He makes everybody laugh in the area. Anybody he comes across. I mean, he's just a naturally funny dude, always in a good mood. So he's a comedy show producer and he's a community influencer. So today,
Yeah.
So today we have none other than special guest and influencer Joshua Jay Nieto. Look at this man here.
What up, y'all? Happy to be here, y'all.
What's going on? Spurs fan.
Huge Spurs fan. Love the San Antonio Spurs. They're going to win the NBA championship.
They are.
Not this year. Hold
Maybe
on.
NBA Live or something.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. It's just gonna be a couple years. But nah, man, I'm happy to be here. This is cool. Thanks for the intro, man. That sound like who's the guy they're talking about? Happy all the time and all this. Where's this guy at?
Hey, you thought I was introducing Chris Rock or something,
Yeah,
right?
I was like, whoa, man, whoa, pump the brakes, bro.
He's like, I'm not always in a good mood. Who the hell?
I'm like, he's all right, man. You know. But nah, man, I'm happy to be here with y'all. J-Rock,
yeah.
I'm a good friend of J-Rock.
Yeah.
I've known J-Rock for a while. He's a good dude, man. He loves wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like that.
We definitely utilized, was it Johnny? It was Joshua, right? That we utilized the whole Vince McMahon thing.
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
Yeah. So we were at one of Josh's comedy shows with Chingo Bling here in New Braunfels. And I don't know if it was a roast or what on you, but they called you the Vince McMahon of New Braunfels, man. And
pretty
it's,
funny.
I don't know if that's high praise or they're poking the bear. I don't know what.
I don't know.
But I know your
love
love
it.
affair with Vince McMahon.
Love affair, what the hell?
Hey, you
love
love
affair.
some Rock, and you love some Vince McMahon. I mean, let's just keep it real.
I'm a big fan.
He looks like a Gold Dust guy.
Gold Dust, some Dusty
shit.
Roads.
You were Dusty Rhodes for Halloween like 6 years straight.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Hell yeah.
Hey,
man.
my favorite guy of all time, Ric Flair. Ric Flair and Macho Man. Dude,
Yeah,
have you
they're
seen
good.
him lately?
No. Oh, I've seen actually some things where he's out of control. Is he out of control?
Dude, he's still
I don't
going,
know,
man. He's like 75 years old. He's got the skin kind of falling off.
Yeah,
and,
the pancake flap.
Yeah, pancake flap, and who knows what else he has. But he's out of control. He's balling, but he's still living the dream, man.
Yeah, dude.
He's still
got
relevant.
Energy. That dude's got energy, man.
Yeah. I don't know if that thing was a skit that he did with Chandler, where they were in the bar and he like punched him and then he slapped him back and then threw him on the ground. But yeah, Ric Flair's out there, man. It's crazy.
There's a lot of fake shit on the internet. I don't know what to believe on TikTok, man.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok's like the new encyclopedia.
What the hell?
You know what an encyclopedia is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
So
but
back in the day, before the internet and before all these...
He's trying to make us feel all
yeah, man.
young and shit.
So we would go to these encyclopedia books to find references and find information. Now you just go to TikTok for everything.
You find everything on the TikTok?
But, bro, I would say we were the last encyclopedia kids, right?
Oh, yeah,
Probably the
right.
last of the last. Yeah.
Britannica, and that shit was like $500.
Yep. There were salespeople that come to your house.
They come to my house. Dude, my parents had to make like 15 easy payments of like $30 each. Money was hard back then, but they were like, mijo, if we get you encyclopedia, you might be smarter and you might learn about animals and you might learn about science. And yeah, so we had encyclopedia, and who knows what the hell happened to that thing, man.
Hell yeah. What do you think of this, Josh? What do you think was the last thing that we got to use that the kids don't use today?
I would say like our age, in mid 30s, young 30s, I would say CD players probably.
Hell yeah. Okay.
CD players, kids don't know.
Cassette players.
Dude, I know kids like, when I talked to my daughter the other day, we were talking about, I mentioned an iPod, and she was like, "What's an iPod?"
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "Wow."
Dang,
I was
forgot
freaking
about
out.
that
I was
too.
looking at her like, "Wow, she don't know about it. She don't even know what an iPod is."
Dang,
Like
that's
she
crazy.
jumped the whole CD player thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember being badass in high school with the Walkman on my waist, and then I would start running or whatever, and it would skip. And
Do you have
then
the short shorts too? And all
short
that?
shorts, dude. The jean shorts, maybe cut off.
The
where
muscle
I had
shirt?
the frail, muscle
The
shirt.
muscle shirt where it's just a stripe. The strip right here.
Looking like AC Slater.
What high school did you go to?
Dude, I went to Burbank High School on the south side
okay,
of San
okay.
Antonio, man. That's burro, man. Dude, that's thug life.
Yeah.
I need to put on my thug life glasses whenever I mention that.
Yeah,
that high
Burbank's
school.
legit, man.
Yeah. And you went to what high school?
I went to New Braunfels High School.
Okay, so you're born and raised in New Braunfels?
Right, but I know like when you talk about schools within a 50-mile radius or whatever, because grew up playing basketball and stuff, so you remember like the culture, the way people were like on schools you'd play and stuff. Like what grit they'd have. And when we played Burbank High School, dude, I got stabbed like 3 times, bro. I was on the court. I was like, "Coach, I need the timeout." I was like leaking blood.
Dude, the guys at Burbank play with like the steel toe boots and the jeans and stuff, and
dang.
on the
Timberlands.
court. Yeah, old school, man.
One dude had his kids on the bench, bro.
Yeah.
He had like 3 kids. He had triplets.
Dude, every foul's a flagrant.
Yeah, Dad, here's water. Dad, here's water.
Yeah. Or beer. They're drinking. Kids bring them beer.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's old school, man. So how was it growing up, brother, here in New Braunfels?
Oh,
for
dude,
you?
New Braunfels growing up is like it was totally different than what it is now. Like it was crazy. There was one Sonic, one Whataburger, one McDonald's with another one coming soon. Like when Chick-fil-A came into town, everyone was going like buck wild,
that was
bro.
a
Everyone
game
was going
changer.
crazy, and it was just different, man.
Now we got
like,
Panera Bread.
now it's just too much, man. We got like 6 McDonald's, 14 Whataburgers, In-N-Outs here. We got a convenience store that was bigger. It's bigger than the whole town, bro. Buc-ee's is bigger than New
Busey's.
Braunfels used to be.
Busey's, right? Busey's.
Yeah, dude.
They told me Chewy was coming. I said my cousin's coming back, and there's another restaurant. So.
Yeah, dude.
Chewy's restaurant.
They
even
got
coming,
everything
man.
now. Dude, in New Braunfels, anywhere there's a piece of land, even it could even be like a little 10 by 10, they're gonna put something there. Like, something's
on
coming
the
soon.
grind.
Yeah, something's coming soon, dude.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I moved here 7 years ago, brother. There was nothing. The only thing that was here was Schlitterbahn, and that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you got traffic and you got all kinds of stuff, man. They say they want to make this like a metropolis.
It's crazy,
So,
man.
who knows what's gonna happen? But I just know freaking prices on every damn thing is going up too here in New Braunfels. Man.
And we're starting to get homeless people, man. Like it's crazy.
Dude, I
And
saw
there's
that.
gonna be more. I promise you, there's gonna be more, man. It's expensive to live here now.
It is.
It's expensive, dude, and it's just crazy. But hey, it's life now. Everything's expensive now. Bean and cheese taco $2.85. Bean and cheese taco used to be $1.20 at the most. Sometimes you'd get like 89-cent bean and cheese.
Yeah.
Now we're spending $3 on a bean and cheese. Like something's messed up when you're spending $3 on a bean and cheese.
Dude, Mama Margie's was 79 cents back in the day.
There you go.
We would go after the club at 2:30 in the morning, and you get 3 or 4 bean and cheese tacos, and 79 cents. Everything was like $4 with your tea or your soda.
Yeah.
Now it's like $26.50
It's crazy.
just for a few tacos and a drink, man.
Dude, 4-piece chicken tender, $17.
Hey, and then if you get a
That's
Uber Eats,
that's a family pack now. Everybody gets one tender. Everyone gets 16 fries. Like it's a family pack. We're gonna split the tea when we get home. We're gonna pour the tea into 8-ounce cups.
dude, what's up with everybody getting Uber Eats now and all this?
But then we're lazy, right? People don't even have jobs. Like who's Uber eating in New Braunfels? Like who's
Everybody, man.
right? No one wants to work, right? So who's taking the food and then who's got the money to pay for this stuff, man?
So your chicken tenders are like $36.50 just for the delivery fee and the damn chicken.
Right, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's even you can do a plan to where you'll have some days where you have some.
Like a monthly plan to
for
pay for the tenders.
yeah, pretty much.
Hey, put them on layaway.
Remember that shit, Kmart?
Solo serve. All that old school stuff, man. There's a lot of shit that's coming back though, like retro stuff, like the Jordans. Everybody's wearing Jordans now.
Okay.
You got the Barclays. I've seen those. You got a lot of stuff coming back.
I bought me some Patrick Ewings the other day.
What are those? The starters?
No, they actually.
No, I'm just kidding.
They made a deal with like Death Row, so they're like Death Row Patrick Ewing shoes.
Death Row Records.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Suge Knight.
Yeah. Suge Knight. Yeah. So in the backside it says Death Row. It says Death and then Row, and then on the strip, the Velcro strip on top, it says Death Row on there too.
So let me ask you this: did Suge Knight kill anybody? Oh, yeah. Did he have anything to do with anything?
I don't know, man. I've only seen the movie. I don't know.
Dude, I remember I saw a video of that fool in court. He had like glasses on, like he was blind and shit.
Really?
Because he allegedly he ran over somebody, and I
He did run over somebody.
I didn't follow the case, but he had like an excuse that he was blind or something. Get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't tell him to his face though. I might end up.
Oh no!
You know,
you might
You might
end
end
up
up blind.
in a meat grinder.
You're
or
gonna be
something.
next.
Yeah, dude. Next victim.
So Josh, you haven't always been a comedian. What did you do before comedy, bro?
No, man, it's crazy, dude. Like, I would say, so I started doing comedy in 2000. I started doing stand-up comedy in 2013. It was like, it was the first. It was actually on my birthday. It was my birthday. My birthday's January 2nd. If you want to send gifts and you're watching this and it's January 2nd, my Cash App and Venmo are Joshua Jay Nieto. I'll take anything you want to give me. But anywho, it was my birthday, 2013. I went to the open mic at Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. Went in there, did 5 minutes or whatever. I was like, wow, this is great. I love this, man. Like, this is like, I'm going to do this now. And I looked into it. I've always wanted to do stand-up. Like, growing up, I loved stand-up comedy. And it was, like, forced on me, though, like, just because of the people I lived with. Like, my dad loved watching stand-up comedy, and he'd always be like, Mijo, come check this out. Come watch this. Come watch Richard Pryor. Come watch Eddie Murphy, you know? And so we would just always watch comedy. And then my dad was like a comedian himself. He didn't even know it. You know, he's one of them old school Mexican dudes. They'd hang out at the 55 and Big Al's Gardens, like old school stuff. Hang out at Kono's. So Kono's was actually the bar. It was where Thirsties is at. Thirsties used to be Conway's. Conway's is now Hideaways. It's always something. But as a kid, I'd be there hanging out with my dad at the bars, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Al's Gardens is right across the street from Dairy Queen, bro. So my dad would, Mijo, go to Dairy Queen, get you a burger.
Or bring me a beer.
Yeah. And so I'd just always be around my dad, and he was just like always making people laugh. Like, and sometimes he was raw, like he was raw himself. So I'd be like, oh, dad. Like, I was like as a kid, I was almost like shy and embarrassed. And as I started to get older, I started to take on like the personality or like some of my dad's like, you know, mannerisms and stuff. But I would say like my dad was a pretty big influence in like other comedians, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, old school comedians that I wanted to do comedy. So I tried doing it. And then once it's like comedy's like a drug, bro. Like you do it and it's like you can't stop.
Right.
And in school too, though. In school, I was class clown in school. You know, I joke around a lot. It was kind of a way to like hide like just shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I think sometimes laughter comes from like being funny.
Right.
Comes from like making yourself feel good about shit in life. You know. So I was always just like humor was always the way to like make fun of something or like light of stuff. You know.
Right.
Because I remember like growing up in town. Like I grew up here, so I'm from here. Like I spent many of my years in Savannah Hill Circle. So Savannah Hill Circle,
playing basketball on that street.
There's just mobile homes, right? Mobile home park. It's out there by off Klein Road. Klein Road. It was just the mobile home park. So
there wasn't nothing out there.
There was nothing out there, bro.
Nothing.
So if you're from New Braunfels, nothing, dude. And my dad called it. My dad was like, he'd be driving home. He'd be like, mijo, all this land, there's gonna be houses, there's gonna be, he was like, he was drinking a little, but I believed him. I was like, really, Dad? Mijo, there's gonna be everything, dinosaurs. No.
So was it kind of like the Lion King? Remember that piece where who's the big lion?
Mufasa?
Mufasa and the little baby lion.
Simba.
Everything here
Yeah.
that touches the light is
He's like,
ours.
yeah, everything the light touches will be like better.
Yeah.
Because we were mobile homes and they surrounded it with all these nice neighborhoods, and I'm like, damn it, this is
Hey,
getting
you had
kind of
the fucking
nervous here.
hyenas around there and shit.
Yeah, dude, it was just like, and so, but that's where, yeah. So growing up there, it was always like, as a kid, I remember always being like shy to have friends spend the night. You grew up in a mobile home, bro.
I did too. Yeah.
So
no,
you
did.
and we live in New Braunfels, bro. So
Yeah.
New Braunfels is like, the demographics are like a lot of Mexicans, a lot of white people,
Yeah.
and then of course we have our African Americans. Hey, I love black people, man.
There's
Having
like 7 of them.
yeah. Now I love black people, bro. Like our community needs like the soul, man.
Yeah.
Diversity, man.
Yeah, we need diversity here. So more people are moving to New Braunfels, which makes it badass, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And, but growing up, it was just like, I remember in high school, it was like half Hispanic, half white, straight up. And we'd hang out with a bunch of, people that were more fortunate. And so it was always embarrassing, like inviting them over to the house. Hey, damn, like, should I invite this kid over, man? I don't know if he's going to want to be my friend anymore if he falls through the hole in my house,
Hey, do you remember that movie, The Outsiders? The Socias and the Greasers? It's kind of like that. You
Yeah.
remember that movie?
Yeah, and that's legit though, bro. Like it was always like, but it turned out that people like my friends that had money, my rich friends, they love coming over to my house, bro.
Dude, you make him laugh.
Yeah, and it was just different though. It's just different, right? Mobile home life is different, bro.
So let me ask you this. You consider yourself street smart.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And you think,
who else can level a house?
right? Hey, and you,
My dad would be like, "Me, well, here's a level. Go outside, fix it."
hey, you had to learn quick, man. Leveling a house and planting a
Your
garden.
marbles are rolling down the living room for no reason.
Yeah, our foundation's all fucked up.
Yeah. So, dude, yeah, man.
But being street smart, I think, makes us better today because I'm street smart, and I think
Yeah.
you two guys are street smart as well.
I don't know, man. I think we're giving ourselves too much credit. I'm not that street smart, bro. Like if my tire goes flat, I'm like, God, I'm looking around first. Like,
You're like waving for somebody to stop.
yeah, I'm on the side of the road, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna right away go get the kid out the back and all that. Like,
That's too much trouble, man. It's better to call
yeah,
somebody.
I'm calling Progressive, man. I pay for that roadside assistance. No,
Pay taxes, damn it.
but growing up here, man, it's cool. I love New Braunfels. It's a good spot. It's a good. I like the culture here, man.
Yeah.
And but getting back into man, we went off on a like
Yeah.
little,
Hey, we always do.
We always do.
Little
It's
bit,
all
yeah.
good.
but no, just getting back to the comedy thing, man. I started and I still feel like it's been like almost 10, 11 years, and I still feel like every day is day one, bro. Like it never feels like there's time to chill, you know. It's always like, okay, what am I gonna do next to get better? Or because honestly, like I say I've been doing it since 2013, but I took a break like when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was just like done. No one was going out. Everyone was scared, whatever. And I actually felt bad, like doing live entertainment. I felt bad, like
Did you do them like online or something?
no, I never did. So I kind of took a break, and it just aligned whenever I started teaching. So I used to teach, and I was finishing college, and I was like kind of afraid. I was like, dang, I don't know if I want to do comedy, and end up getting fired because of comedy, you know? Because teachers are just held to like a higher standard, you know?
So like it was a conflict of interest. If you
Yeah.
cuss on stage or say
Right.
a joke that was said bad words or
Right, if
whatever.
I cuss or
Right.
say something bad, I was like, oh, what if a parent sees it and calls a school? And
That's pretty tough to do,
Yeah,
man.
that was hard.
because you're always on eggshells. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of comedians are on eggshells today. Mm-hmm. What the hell's going
there's
on there?
people getting canceled for everything. It's just what sucks about it is like for me, and I know 99% of people are this way. Is like, it's scary to think that oh man, like humor is almost going to be out the window, bro. We can't make light of anything. We can't joke about anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of sad, man. It's kind of sad to think that hey, when you have troubles in life, we're not going to make fun of anything. We're just going to deal with it. And people like they don't realize like you can't cancel everything. You can't cancel everybody for saying this or that. Like we're all human, and it's like I don't know. it's a joke at the end of the day. It's like it's a joke. I think when, especially in comedy, a lot of people like if you've ever been to a comedy show, you're watching the show, you can literally probably take each joke and critique it and say, oh, how was somebody, who's the victim in this joke,
Right.
and did they deserve that? Like, dude, that'd be insane to put handcuffs on that for good and be like, nobody should say anything ever that's going to be hurtful to anybody. You know, there's got to, in joke writing books, they'll tell you need in your joke you need to find a victim. Like really, like in a joke, someone needs to be a victim, whether it's yourself or you're making fun of, you know, this or that. But it's crazy to think that people like Matt Rife just got like
Yeah, I
saying
was
they're
about to
canceling
ask you
him.
about
I
that.
think
How'd you
that's where
feel
we
about
needed to
that?
go. Yeah, and see, I know it's just a joke, man. Like I understand like both sides, but it's at the end of the day, he's just kidding. Even if it's like
So what happened there?
you can judge a joke though. So basically, he made a joke about it was like a domestic violence
yeah.
joke. He made a joke. I'm trying to think exactly how it went. He said he went. You remember?
Yeah,
Go
he
ahead.
said he was basically saying like,
It was about a waitress.
yeah, about a waitress. Like if she knew how to cook, maybe she wouldn't have the black eye.
Oh yeah. So the
Yeah.
beginning of the beginning
that?
of the joke goes that he says that I think he went to IHOP or somewhere. There was a hostess with a black
Yeah.
eye, and basically he's like, "Wow, this is the person that they're gonna put to greet you in the front of the restaurant, person with a black eye." And then someone made a comment, "Well, man, she should be cooking if she has a black eye." And then his punchline was like, "Well, that's the reason she got the black eye because she couldn't cook."
Right. Or she couldn't listen.
Right. so, but that's the joke.
That's the joke,
and yeah, if you really break it down and you want to be super, comedy is not that. Comedy is not breaking things down and really, like, it's not. It's just, come on, y'all. I mean,
Dude,
it's real.
this
So,
shit just started recently, like within the past 7 years.
yeah.
Think Kevin Richards from Seinfeld.
Like, dude,
or
I'm afraid to
something.
even explain it because I don't want to get canceled, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing. all right?
It's kind of taboo right now, but
Yeah.
comedy is like music, man. It changes your mood and it can make you feel good. So recently we've been going to comedy shows, and thank you for bringing comedy to New Braunfels.
Oh, thank you, bro.
So
man. I
that's
appreciate
a
everybody
big deal.
that
So
comes
now
out.
we can go locally to comedy shows and just have a damn good time, man. And I've been to a couple of your shows. You guys bring the heat, and most of your comics I don't see you're afraid to say some stuff, man. There's been some. It's funny,
Right.
It's genuine, it's raw, and it's not there to offend anybody. It's there to make people laugh.
Exactly.
And
man.
if you don't have the skin or the fortitude to go into a comedy show with an open mind, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
You
yeah.
shouldn't be there because there's gonna be some jokes.
Yeah, it's like go buy the tickets, come out, come have a great time, and you're there to let loose. You're there to forget about everything. That's what comedy does for people.
Right.
That's what it does for me, man. It's like,
It's therapeutic.
right, and for me, it's like that's the whole purpose of comedy. Like for me, I'm not trying to be the greatest the best comedian there ever was. Like sometimes I don't even think I'm that funny, bro. Like there's times where I'll get off stage like. Comedy, like I just feel like that's why I love it so much. It's still every day it's a challenge, and it's like I've had shows where I get off stage and I'm like, man, I did great. Like, whew. Every time's a battle though. Like,
Right.
for comedians, for the most part, it's like I get up there sometimes and I'm like, wow. Like Saturday and Sunday, I just got done with 2 shows. Did a show at Cap City Comedy Club in Austin and got to headline that. It was really awesome, great show. Next day, which was Sunday, the 17th of December, we did a show at Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. Crushed it, man. Like great show. I felt amazing about it. But you go back, rewind a week before, I'm doing company Christmas parties, dude. And I love doing them, but dude, those are tough.
Yeah.
And then again, I was with Raymond Orta. He's a comedian, super funny guy, one of my best friends in comedy. We were doing a company Christmas parties. The first night opened up for him. We're in a backyard of this guy's house. He's doing well. And he has this nice patio. Anyways, we both crush it. Great time. Excellent. The next day, I bombed so badly, bro. Like I was looking for a rock to crawl under, dude. Like it was like the setup was not the greatest, like, but it was a battle. And so that's where I get to the point where it's like comedy is not like people think of these A-list comedians, right? And I know for a fact how like that they've had moments in their lives and their careers, and it's probably still happens where they've had good shows and bad shows. So like when someone comes out to a show, bro, and they have a good time and they enjoy it, like that's where it's at, man.
Yeah.
And then for me too, like if people were to see me and say like I value everyone's opinion, bro. Like I'm humbled by it. Like I'm okay. I'm happy with failing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not where I want to be as a comedian at all.
Right.
You know, I love making people laugh, and there's been people that have told me, dude, I love your show. It was the funniest thing ever. And then I'll thank them and everything, and I'll go back home and be like, I'm not though. Like, there's a lot to do. You know, there's a lot to do.
A lot of comedians are like that though as well, man. Like, right? Because you just like you have those good and bad nights as well. When you just like really, you're just hard on yourself. You know what I mean? You know, and I hear that a lot from a lot of behind the scenes of comedians as well. But where like when you feel that bomb, when you go through that show where like you bomb,
Oh, it's so
like,
painful.
What do you have to do to bring yourself back up?
Oh,
man?
bro, let me tell you about this bomb, bro. I'm not afraid to share this stuff. Okay, I love this. I love comedy, bro. I love the ups. I love the downs. I love it all. And that's what it's like, a roller coaster. That's what's so fun. So I bomb at this company Christmas party, right? And everybody's bomb is different. For me, if I'm getting very little laughs, like I'm getting laughs, but I don't feel good. You know, even if I end good, I'll still get off stage and be like, golly, Josh, what were you doing, man? Or like, what could you have done differently?
Right.
Or you know what I mean? And these Christmas parties are crazy because they're not set up for comedy. You know, there's a dance floor that's 20 foot square in front of you. There's nobody even close to you. So every situation's different. But I bomb. It is what it is.
Dude, and people are forced to be there.
And that's what's the worst part. People are forced to sit there and watch me make them not laugh. Yeah, dude.
Because when you pay a ticket, you're like, okay, I'm paying this ticket because I want you to go laugh.
Right.
So you're already expecting to go laugh, but here it's a little different.
It is different because at a comedy show, there's a stage, lights, hey, everybody, welcome to the stage, your host. And
you can't really see the crowd most of the times,
You can't see the crowd. At a company Christmas party, the boss, the manager sets up a mic like with a mic, and then there's the portable speaker that has lights flashing on it, like real cheap from Walmart. All right, guys, our company's been entertained by these comedians. Are you ready? And everyone's still eating, and they're like, we don't care. Yeah. And so, yeah, it is different, bro, but it was just insane. I bombed. They had a buffet line. The guy, the boss, was like, when you're done, you get food, whatever food you want, and I felt so bad, bro.
And
I was like, I won't even eat.
eat.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get my car. I'm gonna move my car off of your premises. I'm sorry for being here.
Hey, do you remember Coming to America?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Sexual chocolate, and then you just hear a couple of laughs, a couple of claps.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the way you felt?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
so were these the same jokes? Not that you say the same jokes.
No,
but,
I do. That's comedy. I say the same jokes.
You have the script, right? You already know you have a set list of what you're gonna say, and so obviously it hits different. But at what point do you say, "Man, I need to switch it up"? Like in the middle of
this.
Immediately.
Mayday.
Right. Do you keep going or?
No, I mean, you just if I'm in the middle of a joke and I could tell it's not like I'll sit in it though. I'm not afraid to sit in it. So actually, that night when I was bombing, I'm having fun myself though. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm gonna bomb, I'm gonna have some fun too though. I'm not just gonna bomb and tell my jokes and be like a clown. Thank you guys. Good night. Like I'm gonna at least have fun. Hey guys, I just want to take a moment to thank y'all guys. This is the most fun I've had at a company Christmas party this year. Yeah. And then they start laughing. They're like, the crowd feels it too. We both feel it. Like it's like awkward sex, bro. Like like we both know. We both know it's awkward, but I just want to say something about it.
Yeah, man. So that's tough when you're when you
and then I'm driving home like this. My career's over, man.
My career's over. I don't know why I do this.
I don't know why I
anymore.
do comedy, dude. What's the point of this, man?
So you don't ask the person who hired you, hey, can you give me a review? You never said that.
No, I want to give him money back. I'm like, hey, bro, here's some money back, bro. I'm sorry. Here's a return policy.
Dude, that's just funny. That's funny in itself.
Yeah, dude.
How
and think of any other job, bro. Okay, so if you want some sheetrock work done at your house and a wall painted, they're gonna be all right, bro. I'll do it. $500. You're like, sweet. They finish the job. You look at it. Here's your $500. In comedy, like, hey, we're gonna pay you $1,000 to come and entertain us at our company Christmas party. Mm-hmm. You show up. You do the job terribly, and then the boss is like, oh, here's your $1,000. Like, they're all like upset.
But is it you or is it the crowd?
No,
not
but let me be real with you.
Having a sense of humor.
No, it was definitely me too. It was the crowd. It was the setting too. It's a mixture of everything, dude. Comedy, like it's a mixture. With doing shows, I'm gonna jump over to this. With doing shows, I've noticed that the setup can make a huge difference. You know, of course it's the comic too, though. But the setup is huge. I've played with different seating arrangements and stuff, like spreading people out more, bringing them in closer, and it does make a difference. And also the comic makes a difference too. But and back to the Christmas party. Yeah, I bombed, right? So my buddy Raymond Ortha, really funny cat. He's been doing this for a really long time. He is one of the best in the business. Like one of the funniest guys I know, if not the funniest dude I know. Like just off stage and on stage, every which way. Like if you've ever seen Raymond Ortha, his laughs per minute are insane.
Dude, his facial expressions, everything is funny.
He's amazing. He's a really good friend of mine, and he's a huge reason I got back into doing comedy. But that night he killed it. So I went up and I ate the dick, right? I went up there, bombed, and he goes up after me and crushes it. But sometimes someone has to do that. Someone has to eat the dick for the next comic, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, all right, let's do this. You know, I got off stage. I'm on stage. And I say stage. It wasn't even stage. Just a piece of the floor. But while I'm bombing, we're laughing. Like we joke a lot. Like comics behind the scenes, we joke around a lot.
I bet those.
Like it's like playing softball with your buddies. If you strike out, your friend's gonna make fun of you for like a month and a half.
You suck, man.
Yeah, like you're gonna get made fun of by your buddies, and so we just make fun of each other and we make light of it. And he actually called me the other day that he didn't have a good set, and I was like, oh. Thank God, bro.
At least there's two of us that had a shitty day.
Thank God that you bombed too. So
you are normal.
You are normal, and it is okay, and it is because that happened a week ago, and I swear, like it's just comedy's so crazy. Like when I talk about the show I just did, it was such a great show. So you go from people not wanting to even make eye contact with you at a show, right? You do a show and they're like, "There's that guy that tried to be funny," to the show I just did on Sunday, people messaging me after the show, like finding me on social media on my in my direct messages saying, "Hey, we saw you tonight. You were awesome. You know, when's your next show?" Or they're adding me as a friend and stuff. So it's like
sliding into your DMs,
dude. It's like messing with my hormones. Like I feel like a pregnant chick, dude. I'm just like crying every night,
eating pickles and ice cream and shit.
Thank God for good people. I was gonna do it.
Hey, and it takes a lot for people to do that too.
Yeah, dude. So I was like awesome. Thankful. I'm like, whew, I am doing all right. I am okay. And so it's just a grind, dude, and it's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun, and even producing shows is a lot of fun. Yeah. And J-Rock was there, man. He helped me with some shows early on. We were doing stuff together, and then it was like it's hard when you're first starting out. Like J-Rock did his wrestling stuff, and dude, everything costs money.
Fuck yeah.
J-Rock doesn't own a damn wrestling ring, or he did. He bought it.
But he bought it. Yeah, it was tough, man.
But starting out your own stuff is not easy. Whatever it is, whether you're in music, wrestling, like he was breaking his mom's tables in the backyard. She was like, "Mijo, you broke another table. Why did you slam Vinny through the table, Mijo?" So it's starting up a business is not easy, dude. Yeah. And he helped me early on. And early on, when I started 10 years ago, I did my first show in New Braunfels on April 19th, 2013. It was at the River City Range. We did our first comedy show, and we used to do them there, but it all started off real small, dude. Right. There was times where I was doing shows at Green Cricket, little places, and black and tan, but there was a lot of people for that place, even though the place only held 30 people, still a cool, fun time. And fast forward to, let's just say, this is my timeline of my comedy stuff.
So let me ask you something while you're going there, Josh.
Go. Let me take a
So you were doing, you obviously you had that jump that you said that you jumped. You need water?
I don't know where my drink went.
Okay.
Someone stole it.
It might be on the backside.
Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to blame anybody.
I remember. No, you're good. So you had that beginning stage, right, where you started off. Josh did characters for us too when wrestling. He did it was like a
I act like Michael Jackson.
At the show. Oh, dude. And he did this.
I wasn't even a good dancer. It was just funny. I just knew how to be funny as
Did you do the moonwalk at least?
Woo, yeah. I grabbed like one of the wrestlers' hand, and I grabbed his hand. I was like, "Ooh, you got soft hands."
And it was just great, man. So, but like, I'm just curious because again, I seen this transition. Why did you quit comedy and then become a teacher? Like, was there something in the middle that you had to do there? What was going on?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think at that point in life, I was just like, I wanted to go back to school, and I was still doing comedy. So I go back to college to finish my last 2 years. I'm still doing comedy. While I'm in college, I'm doing well. I'm doing shows with Raymond. I'm getting out, doing things kind of more like I would say more on like a hobby level, where I'm just doing it when it's available. I'm not really pushing it full throttle, even at that moment. And then I went back to school, and while I'm in school, trying to be a teacher, everyone's scaring the shit out of me. Like all the professors and everyone, you better not be posting anything on social media. And God forbid they see you doing this or that. And so I started deleting everything. I have a YouTube channel. I have everything. I started deleting all my old videos I could find, like just because, I'm doing comedy. Like I'm saying shit, fuck, ass, like you name it. Like, and that happens. And so I stop. Once I get closer to the end of getting my degree, I like, and it all happened at the same time. I got my first teaching job middle of COVID, and I quit comedy like at the same time. Because it was like, for me, I'm like, I guess it's just a perfect transition. I just won't, if I do comedy, I'll try to do it clean. But in my head, I really just said, let me just chill. Let me just put it off. And I honestly got back into it because I went through a breakup. I went through a divorce. And it's all cool now. You know, everything works out for a reason. But I went through that, and I had my buddy Raymond, and I had my friend Irma Ruiz, really good friend of mine. She's the one that gets me. She's the producer of the Teachers Gone Bad comedy tour. So when I'm going to Chicago or Indianapolis or St. Louis or wherever we're going here around Texas, like it's because of her. Like she's put a lot of faith in me when I didn't even have faith in myself.
She hypes you up too.
Yeah, and because the story is when I got back into it, and it's crazy we're here today. Because what's today? December what?
December 20th.
The 19th.
The 19th.
Yeah, we're the 19th.
Exactly 1 year ago today, bro. They got me to get back into comedy. And I did a show in South Padre, in South Padre at the Isla Grande Resort. That's Raymond's place. So Raymond Horta does a weekly show there in South Padre. So if you're ever in South Padre on a Thursday night, 7 o'clock at the Isla Grande, he has the best shows in the country, dude. Like the most underground shows you've ever been to. Like he has comics coming through from all over because he's a very respected comedian. And people are like, comics are like, dude, I'll do your room. I'm in town from New York. I'm in town from LA. I'm in town from wherever. And they're doing his rooms. And where was I going with this again? It was the first show back was last year on this day. So it was a year ago today that I got back into it.
Yeah, man.
And it's been full throttle since, dude. It's been crazy.
Balls to the wall, man. I see all over the place. And I want to give a big shout out to Raymond Horta. I first saw him about 5 years ago on Facebook. And he was always talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Mamon and all kinds of stuff. Dude, it was funny. And I had never seen shit like that. He was going live, and you know what I'm talking about.
And when he comes in town, we'll do the show.
Dude,
have
him come on.
So that'd be fun.
He was live, and he was there crying and all emotional. And I don't know if it was an act or whatever, dude, but it was funny, man. I'd sit there and watch his whole 15-minute rant about the Dallas Cowboys. So I started following him, man, and he was just doing it, and it was funny and genuine. And I know he got a lot of followers with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Raymond, you're a funny dude, man.
Yeah, he's the best, man. Shout out to Ray.
Yeah, when you first brought him in at the River City Range, bro, not gonna lie to you, bro, that
was funny.
First time I ever I almost like fell down crying. Like that's how much he was fucking making us laugh. His grandpa jokes, and then he put the wrestling in it, and
Dude,
it just made it that much
funny.
funnier for me, man.
And he wasn't even supposed to be there that night. He the headliner that I was when I was producing the show that night, the headliner that was supposed to be there advanced in a competition, Raymond was available. He did the show and demolished the show. And it was like things happen for a reason, man.
Was that the first time you met him, Josh?
I met him like 3 or 4 days in person before that because he was in the competition.
Okay.
And my other buddy John Stringer had messaged on like our comedy group and said, anybody got a place to stay? I'm in San Antonio for this competition. And I messaged him because we're good friends. I'm like, come stay at my house, John. And John came over, and in the door walks Raymond Horta.
This
and
curly hair.
And at the time, I'm like a fan of his, just being young in comedy.
Right.
I'm freaking out. I'm like, you need water, Raymond? Or I'm like, what do you need, bro? Like, what's up? And then 2-3 days later, they're in the competition. So the next night or whatever, John advances, and this rest in peace, Larry Garza. Larry Garza advances, and Larry Garza was the headliner that night. So he messages me and said, hey, Josh, I can't do it. I'm in this big competition. But Raymond Horta's in town, and I knew that because he spent the night at my house. Raymond Horta can do the show, and he kills it, dude. Like, the ceiling tiles were shaking.
Dude,
people were spitting out beer.
hilarious,
It was like,
bro.
and then the
Dude,
rest
he
is
goes up on a
history.
stage with confidence, man.
Yeah.
Like, he owns it.
And so he does these shows on Thursdays, and that was my first show back.
Damn,
Was at his show, and he's the one that called me. we would talk a lot. So he called me. He knew what I was going through. He's like, Josh, you got to get back into comedy, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
Like, you can't just sit there and be depressed and all weak out. Like, get your ass back in here, man, or use it as like therapy. Like, just do comedy. Do what you love to do. You don't. Why you stop doing something you love. Now you're alone. Pick something up, man. Pick up a ball. Don't just sit there like a little bitch crying.
So
That's
when you were a
awesome to
teacher,
hear.
did you feel restricted that you didn't have you weren't fulfilling your goal and your
I think I
potential?
was. I think just
you
had
were
the
missing something.
Yeah, I think something else was missing. I think at that time I did say, you know what, screw it. Like, I'm going through separation, whatever. Like, I got nothing else to do. I mean, might as well get back to doing something I truly like that's missing.
Right.
And so I get back into it, and dude, it's just crazy how things have changed for me. Like, it's just insane. Like, I give everything to God, because when I was going through stuff, bro, I would just pray on things. I'd pray on things, and I would just hope for a better tomorrow. And everything's, dude, every day I'm just like grateful for everything, man.
Yeah.
So everything happens for a reason. You
Yeah.
were a teacher for a reason. You got divorced for a reason, and all these struggles and trials and tribulations happen. And I think it's made you stronger. Can you agree on that?
I've gotten to a point in life where I'm happy for everybody, bro. Like, I want good for everyone,
Right.
in every situation. I feel like when you have hate in your heart, like, honestly, like with J-Rock, I like J-Rock, but sometimes we'd have feuds or whatever.
We bump heads, man.
And we'd bump heads, and I'd be like, man, fucking J-Rock or
Hey,
whatever.
Same thing with me and J-Rock.
and that's just the truth, man. Like, so I'm very real, and we've always been real with each other. Like, I've told him when I've been pissed off at him, or like, fucking J-Rock or whatever. But even now, even when I sit here with y'all right now, I'm like, dude, there's no space in life for that.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Feel the
just
same way, man.
Yeah, like, why not collaborate with good people like y'all? Like,
Yeah, I'll be real with you,
know?
and Johnny can be one. He's like, hey, man, why don't you talk with Josh, come on the show? I said, man, I love what he does. I'm sure, we have this respect for each other, but there's just something there in the middle that we just didn't see eye to eye. I don't know what it was, you know what I mean? And I think...
we're going to wrestle.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I told him. I said, you guys need to wrestle, man. Either arm wrestle or naked wrestle, something.
Backyard wrestling.
Pigs in a blanket.
I'm going to slam you through your house.
And I think, I told Johnny, man, really, Josh was like, let's just keep showing support. Because I was that guy too, bro, Josh. Like, especially those years of doing pro wrestling, just the way you run shows, you have to not only have an ego of some sort, but you also just gotta. There's so much shit that just goes on, bro. And you create this thing. And now that we're older, I was hoping. I told Johnny, I said, let's just keep supporting them. And at the end of the day, hopefully things will work out. Because I think at the end of the day, we both didn't know we would fucking be here, bro. Like, for being in entertainment for as long as we've done, like, I didn't know I would be this person on this podcast and creating my own.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And now I told Johnny was like, man, like, we need to have him on, and we need not only have him on, but we need to work together and do things together. I said, well, let's just take step by step. So knowing that when your show came up, when you would have a show, I'd had basketball for like the past 2 shows maybe, and so when this one came up with Chingo Bling, I told Johnny, we got to go check out Chingo Bling, and not only let's go support Josh. So it all came around, man, the full circle. And then also I'd say this too, Josh, like I called John, I don't even think I ever told you this, but I called Josh. I called Raymond first, honestly, his manager. And then I called you after, and I was like, dude, there's a couple bar owners, they want comedy to come back. I was thinking about doing it. What do you think? And then that's when you told me I'm bringing it back. I'm like, fuck, I'll leave it at your hands, because you're going to be way better than I'll ever do. And so that's when I was like, dude, and that's where we came from behind and just started supporting you, man, again.
Yeah, man.
So, but
No,
yeah,
and I appreciate y'all, man. I'm happy to be here with y'all, and I'm glad we could squash beef on camera.
Oh yeah, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
we're
man.
cool.
Yeah,
Like, we're cool. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's just like that. That negative air.
Absolutely.
And I don't need to be there, man. I love you, man.
But Josh,
love it too,
there's a lot of that stuff, not just in this scenario.
No, it's everywhere,
but
bro.
It's business,
it's like everywhere.
It's friends from high school. There's shit involved, and people
don't want
grudges.
each other to succeed, bro. They kind of sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to see that dude succeed, or like I know I hear it all the time. People would tell me, people will say, oh, Josh ain't that funny, or he ain't that, and I'll look at them and be like, you're probably right. Like, you probably saw me on a night where I did suck, So you're 100% right. You roll with that.
Yeah.
You're right.
No,
But
I think as much too, Josh. Again, bro, we are who we are.
Yeah.
And we get pissed off certain ways. And as much as I'd ever get pissed off at you or whatever the feeling was, I never not wanted that, though, for sure. I've always wanted you to be successful in this because I knew you were good at it. Now, if I didn't know you were good at it, it might be a different story.
Yeah. Screw him.
Go ahead, Johnny. I'm
No,
sorry.
I want all my friends to be rich, and there's enough money out there. There's enough fame, fortune, everything, opportunities for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So I want all my friends to be successful, all my network. And there's also people that I don't know that I give them advice, mentorship, feedback on how to level up, how to be better. And I think if business owners and just individuals, dads, whatever, got together and squashed that middle school, high school mentality,
Right.
we'd all be a better society overall, man.
Grinding.
There'll be less crime. There'll be less poverty. There'll be a lot less bullshit going on in the world today.
And it's also like when you have I don't know, like I love to joke around, but my mind is always on like what's next or like what's going on or what could I do better to have a better social media platform or be better at what I'm saying on stage or be better at producing the show or be better as a dad or you know what I mean? Like
Right. I know
there's
exactly
so many
what you
different
mean, brother.
aspects of life and things that I don't have time to care about who doesn't like me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's
Yep.
no time. I
That's
don't have
right.
time.
Dude, if you worry about who likes, because not everybody likes you as a comedian, not everybody likes us as individuals.
I hate you. I'm
podcast.
just kidding.
but once you understand that not everybody, you're not going to please everybody.
Right. No,
you're going to
you
be
don't have
okay.
time. Yeah.
Because if you pleased everybody, then there's something missing within
Nobody
you.
can do. It's impossible.
can't.
The best of the best will never please everybody.
Hell no.
That's the world we live in. You're never gonna get 100%. It's just not worth even trying.
Right. So let's talk about personal brand. All right.
Okay.
We're all a brand, right? We're all Gucci or Prada, whatever. Everybody's a brand. What's your brand, brother?
My brand. I started off when I got back into it full swing. I branded myself as like A+ comedy. That was like my brand. It kind of related to what I was doing with teaching and with comedy, A+ comedy. So it was real simple for me to like label myself. But my brand for me as a person is just being like myself, man. Like just being real with what I got going on with who I am. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not, you know?
Right.
And I just feel like if you, my motto in life is just like, dude, if you just be good to people and just stay grounded, like you're gonna do fine.
Yeah.
You know? And that's where I'm at in life is like just have fun with life, enjoy every day, and just be cool, man. Just be.
Yeah.
I feel like in the world we live in, it's like people sometimes don't know who to be or how to be, and it's like
Right.
just be you, man.
Right.
Just be you, and everything will come out on top. Like put God first, be you, love your family, and I do. And when I talk about God, man, I'm like, dude, I'm not perfect. You know, I'm far from perfect. Every day, I'm just trying to be a better Christian, man. And
You go to church?
yeah, I go to church right now. I'm struggling because I haven't been to church in a minute. I was going to this church, and now I'm not. But now I'm looking for somewhere to go, man.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been. I feel like that's a piece of my life that's been missing lately. Is that too? Like I pray every day, and I have my Bible next to my bed, and I don't read it every day. I try to dig in. Some days will turn into weeks where I'm like, golly, why haven't I opened that up? You know.
Well, you got a lot to be thankful for, man.
Right,
This past
and so,
year,
but I'm very real about it. Like I'm not perfect, but I do put God first, and I do try my best to be a leader, like at my house, like a leader of my kid,
a role model.
You know, even though I don't teach anymore, I miss it. Like I miss teaching. It's just because I miss that influence. You know,
Yeah.
I know that whenever I left, there was a lot of kids. Like you know, you do basketball stuff. I was doing, I was coaching like the team at the school. I taught at Goodwin Fraser, and we had basketball like intramurals where we played all the other schools. And I was just like, even though I wasn't the PE coach, I played football at recess, dude. Like I miss playing football
Yeah,
so
he has
bad.
great videos with the kids too, man.
I was
pretty funny to
I
see
was
what he's at.
amazing, bro. Like I'm not trying to brag on reading a fifth grade. Like reading the coverage of the fifth graders. It's so easy, bro. The linebackers are weak. They're just standing there, not paying attention. The DBs are playing too far off, bro. They
Nickel
couldn't handle
package.
me. Yeah, they couldn't handle me, dude.
Why are they playing a nickel package when you got a bunch formation?
I would let the heavier set kids rush me. I'm like, go ahead and rush me. And dude, I was like Lamar Jackson. I was just like making a miss. I was like, dude, jumping over kids.
You felt good, dude, playing against those fifth graders,
Dude,
man.
that's what I missed so bad. Like summer was off season. Like summer, I'd lift weights. I would do like in the summer I would get ready for like the next year. And
dude, did they retire your jersey, put it in the rafters of
dude,
the
I'm
the
not
gym?
kidding you.
They threw your shoes
I'm
over.
not gonna say it's because of me, but at my old school they built an AstroTurf field for football. And I don't know if it's because of me, but I just tell people it's because of me that field is there.
Dude, maybe we'll see a Josh Nieto statue.
Bro,
Like
and
the Heisman Trophy.
Dude, that field was supposed to be for everybody. You know how things are these days. There was supposed to be a section for girls to play a tag and hopscotch and whatever. I cleared everybody off the field as soon as the first day to set my foot down. I was like, everybody off the field. This is the football field. And the other teachers were on board too. They're like, yeah, listen to Mr. Nieto. It's his field. And dude,
You came out like Ric Flair,
dude.
bro.
I miss recess so bad, dude. That's what I miss the most.
Dude, that was your highlight of your
That's the highlight
teaching
of my
career?
life. Of my life.
That's the highlight of my
Screw
life.
my teaching career, bro. I've never felt so powerful, bro. Dude, when you can hurdle a kid and them look over at you like, oh.
Dude,
And you're just like about to teabag and flying over him, and you're just like, yeah.
Hey, do you remember that Saturday Night Live skit with Peyton Manning? With all the little kids, and he was freaking throwing the ball and hit him in the head and stuff?
He was hitting him
Remember
in the
that?
head. Yeah, he was hitting him in the head.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I want to go back to something we were talking about.
Okay,
'cause-
go ahead.
'cause-
I go off.
No,
bro.
no. It's perfectly
it's
good
awesome.
because
No, it's
we
fun.
go off the same way.
It's fun, bro.
So what you were saying, you don't feel satisfied.
Right. It's hard
That
to
is
feel
a
satisfied.
real thing, man.
It really is.
There's a lot of us that are like that. So do you feel like you're always striving for something that that you are obtaining, and then you're getting bored of that, and then you got to go to something new, or are you always chasing something?
I feel like I'm always my worst critic. You know what I mean? I always feel like I always want to do well. And that goes with everything. That goes with producing shows, that goes with my own act. And sometimes it'll influence me on stage. Sometimes I won't be as loose one night or something and be overthinking.
Do you still go on stage and get nervous?
Every show I'm nervous before, and I just channel it. I channel it into energy, and it usually works out. It's been good. I've been blessed, man. I've been doing well. I'm not perfect. I do have some shows where I get off stage and I'm like, it's like a sport. You know what I mean? For me in my head, I'm like, golly, I could have done this and that. Like we could have a post game after show report on like, oh, I missed that punchline.
Critique,
Or I stayed too long on this person. I was doing some crowd work, stayed too long on them. Or it's just fun. I think I don't. There's people in different aspects of life, but in comedy, there's comics that'll get off stage and be like, man, I killed it, I crushed it, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, and it's like, but you're never gonna grow if you feel that way. You're never. And for me, it's not very humble to be like that.
Because they feel like they've already met the pinnacle.
You've mastered it. And it's like, dude, you have 15 minutes of comedy and you're not even doing much. Like, why are we celebrating like this little victory? Like, I'm just in a phase where I'm like, bro, like every time I get on stage or every time I produce a show, it's an opportunity to grow. Like the last show I did with Chingo Bling, it was great. He was the, how do you say it? He was the comic with the most followers, it was the biggest magnitude show.
He was on YouTube.
Because he's like a huge draw. He's someone as a kid, I followed him. Like I was a fan of his, and I was like, dude, I started off 10 years ago doing little shows in a little place. It's still but it doesn't matter. I just want to say that every show is badass to me. When we do a show, it doesn't matter how many people are there. We're gonna have a damn good time. Like, and I feel like taking that mindset with every show, it helps. So I always want to have a good show it don't matter if there's 5 people there, 10. It don't matter if everyone got in free. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to have them have a good time and have fun in the process as well. And with Chingo, when he was coming and we sold out, we added more seats. It was like, I don't know, 350, 400 people. Big ass show. And then it was like, not his fault, my fault. It was like the worst show on my end because there was people heckling and being loud. And it was hard. It was hard because of who the heckler was. It was hard because it was just circumstances I've never had to deal with as a producer.
Yeah.
We've had shows, countless shows, Raymond Horta, Juan Villarreal, Mario Salazar. Like I've had some big names, Bryson Brown, you name it. Everyone that's ever come and done shows in New Braunfels as comedians, thank y'all. Y'all are amazing. Some of them are my best friends. And for it to be Chingo Bling and that happen where I'm in a situation where I have people heckling, being loud, like talking, like it's like, dude, it was not good.
It's rough for a
It was
a guy
hard.
like
It was
that.
really hard on me. I was honestly, I went into like a hole for like a week where I was just upset. Where I'm like, I can't believe that happened.
Can you share a little bit of like what maybe Chingo felt about it or said to you?
Oh, dude, Chingo is the dude. Chingo Bling, man, Pete. He is a class act in comedy. Chingo Bling is the man, dude. Like, I was scared, bro. After the show, I was scared. I felt super bad. I'm like,
I felt bad for you too. Bro.
I felt bad. Dude. I'm not kidding you. I was like, man, I hope Chingo Bling doesn't hate me. He's gotta hate me. I just put him up in front of 350, 400 people. I'm a comedian myself. Like, I produce a show once a month so that I can still get out on the road and do my thing. So when I have a monthly show, I want it to be really good. I want to have awesome comics. I want people to have a good time. And for the biggest magnitude show to go down like that, and I could tell his energy, like he was like, dude, it was too much. Comedy is meant for people to show up, sit down, have a good time. That's my goal. I want you to come to the show. I want you to have a good time. I want you to enjoy yourself, lay back like you're going to a movie, right? Just kick back, have fun, drink, but don't go get wasted. Don't go get shit-faced and then heckle and ruin it. Because guess what? This is what I'm thinking in my head while this is going on. I got all these friends that support me all the time. People buying tables all the time. And every time somebody buys a table at a show or tickets, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, that means the world to me because I quit teaching. Like, this is what I'm doing now. So you're actually feeding my family.
Yep.
You're feeding me and my family. Like, I'm not rich by any means. I struggle. But I love the struggle because it's real. But when you mess with the show, if you come to the show and you talk and you fuck off, like, you're also hurting everybody else around you. So you show up and you just paid a good amount for your table and you've never been to a comedy show. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying like just the average person. Say you've never been to a show, you've never seen live comedy. You're paying good money to see Chingo Bling and Indie Braunfels, and then some people are ruining it for everybody. So as a producer, I'm like, damn, people paid good money for this and they're not getting the full potential of this. So that's like in my head, like almost like when I said I bomb and I want to return some money. Like, I feel bad as a producer. Like, damn, these people are hardworking people. I know them personally, and they've now spent money that they wasted because they didn't get the show they deserved.
So going through that, Josh, because
and back to Pete.
Oh, go
back
ahead.
to Chingo Bling. I don't know how I got off on that. Chingo Bling, dude. I was so worried he was gonna be mad and hate me, and he calls me the next day. And we talked that night, and I let him know I was so sorry. Like, we had this conversation almost identical.
Yeah.
And he was so cool. He's like, dude, it's cool. Don't worry about it. You know, it's all good. And we talked the next day, and he's like a class act. Like, he's like, and again, that was too much, though. And there's a time and a point where someone needs to get their ass pulled out of a show. If someone's too much and the comedian's doing their job and trying, and they've fried him already, like, once a comedian has fried a heckler and roasted him, and the crowd's on board and everything, but then they still keep doing it. Yeah, it's like cool. now they're just abusing their right to be in there, right? And so Chingo calls me and he talked for about an hour, dude. He's just telling me this pep talk and this amazing speech on himself, on how he's like, dude, like comedy for him is like karate. He's like, I'm like a blue belt. I'm trying to be a black belt. So instead of Chingo Bling being a diva and being like, oh, they should have pulled somebody out. I'm Chingo Bling. Complete opposite. He's like, bro, I look at it as like that was a test to my own comedy on where I'm at in the comedy game.
Wow.
And I want to be able to have someone like that come at me full force and be able to get them to shut up based on what I'm saying and be really funny and entertaining while this is going on. And back to levels of comedy, like the Christmas party, level 8, level 9, heckler in your face being crazy, level 8, level 9. So as a comedian, he saw it as a learning experience. Like, I want to learn how to have that happen again to me and me handle it.
Dude, that is a great perspective.
Hell yeah.
And thank you for the story, because you didn't have to open up about this.
No.
I was at that show too, and from
worried.
the audience perspective, it was kind of embarrassing.
I was embarrassed as a citizen of New Braunfels.
Dude, every single comic killed it up there. You killed it. And the first guy talking about the Undertaker tombstone, that shit was funny, man.
What the Hector? Was it What the Hector?
Yeah,
Dude, that was funny. Yeah. But anyway, and then Chingo Bling killed it up there. but we kind of lost control a little bit at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked deflated. He looked a little frustrated, and I can tell.
And that's not fair.
No,
Nah,
but
it
I
isn't.
can tell
Yeah.
something was
Yeah.
going on. So we left a little early. We did.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that you're telling me that he said it was kind of a mentorship session.
Yeah.
And he could easily said, you know what, Josh, fuck that. I'm never coming back to
Yeah.
New Braunfels. And that's what I would have thought that he would have said. Somebody like that.
I thought so too.
Somebody on a higher level like that.
thought so as well, man.
who's global. Because
Yeah,
everybody watched Started from the Border, now we're here, right? Everybody's seen that. And the Palotero man and everything. But anyway, he could easily went this way, but he went this way as a professional. And now he kind of mentored you, and now you see like, oh, okay, this freaking guy, he's badass.
yeah.
But now
Yeah.
I can mentor somebody else if that ever happens. And
Right.
it did test you, and I think that performance or that gig made you better, man.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, I was about to
overall.
say,
100%.
that was
As a
my
comic,
question.
as a producer, in every aspect, it made me better. And he even told me other stories, bro. He was telling me stories of when he had moments of when he was releasing albums early on, and he stressed over it. And you know, it's stressful, dude. Like to have big moments where, hey, if you put, you know, who knows, months, years into an album, and you're gonna release it, and you got to see how it goes. And anyways, he said he had this moment where he was really worried, but didn't go how he had wanted, and he stressed over it. And he told me like, dude, I don't want you to have that same moment. I don't want you to worry about this to where you're so stressed out it's affecting your health or like,
Right.
like I want you to
Or your
to-
confidence.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
your
like, dude, just
yeah.
let it go. Things like this happen.
That's so cool of him.
So
man.
he was not. Then this is happening to him. So it's almost like being like in an abusive relationship or something, and they're like this happened to him, and he's telling me don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, dude. He's telling me
That's
not
so
to worry
cool.
about it. He's mentoring me. He's telling me. And then another thing we talk about is like, so I do shows in New Braunfels once a month, and that's hard because the first show I did, I headlined it, and I exhausted a lot of my material. And then I got to come back each month and come up with new stuff, or just do crowd work, or just it's hard when you're on the road doing shows. And hey, they're like, hey, do 30 minutes. Okay, well, I'm going to do my best 30 minutes. In the meantime, I've been so busy with life, I haven't had time to really sit and hammer out new stuff.
So you write all your stuff.
Yeah, I don't have nobody.
You don't
help.
have a
I mean,
writer.
I have friends. Like I'll talk to friends sometimes and be, oh, dude, that'd be good. Or like, it's just like the people in my life that are around. Like we joke around or whatever. But yeah, I don't have nobody that writes for me or anything. And I'm still trying to get better. Like I'm a shitty writer.
Do you go off the cuff on some of your shows?
Yeah,
sometimes?
like sometimes I'll go like when I have a good like some of my best shows I'm going off the cuff, but I do have my material. I have about an hour of written material.
It's just kind of like a roadmap.
I probably
but
have
it's
I
not-
probably have like an hour of shitty material that's older. That I'm like, oh, that was an easy hacky joke that I just trash. I throw it away. It's gone. And but I always sometimes I'll dig in the box and look for what I can bring back or make it better. And but some of the best moments I have, like I feel like that's one of my strengths though, is not my writing. My strength is my improv. And so like when I'm doing a teacher show, especially, I'm really good at it because I taught for 4.5 years. I was in the trenches, so I can start riffing on just ideas that are coming to me right then and there, and that's where those are some times that really hit. But man, that Chingo show, it was for me, it was a learning experience, and that dude is a class act, and and he's a real comic dude. Like he is not. Like he is a hardworking dude. He pumps out his Theo Juve videos. He pumps out content like crazy. He's on the road. I'm over here complaining about writing new material. This dude's pumping out his podcast. His like people. I don't think people really know how much work goes into that and time that's taken away from like other things.
He put so much stuff out at this point too. Like the other day, I don't even think his mics were working. But like he had his camera set up, and him and his wife were just going. And of course, I'm over here because I'm a fan. I'm watching still. It's like you get to the point where you don't even care as long as he's giving you content and you're wanting to watch it. Yeah. He's doing great with that, man. So shout out to him for that.
Yeah,
And
shout
I was
out to
curious.
him, dude. Really cool dude. Like I was like, I was worried, and then when he was cool about it, I was like, wow, man, this dude is legit. Like,
yeah, that's awesome. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and it's been good though, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming up.
What do you plan on sticking where you're at in New Braunfels, like here at the Kings and Queens? Do you plan on going elsewhere?
I love Kings and Queens just because I love the loyalty with them. Like they've always been open and we've always been cool. Me and Romaldo.
Yeah, I mean Romaldo's a cool
Aguirre,
dude,
he's a
man.
cool dude. Thank you to him
shout
and his
out
brother
Romaldo,
Mark.
man. Hell yeah, shout out
At
Romaldo.
Kings and Queens. But I've like if they're really cool. Like I get a once a month date with them, but if for some reason like I'm doing a pop up show, so a pop up show this Saturday at 7:30.
The 23rd.
23rd, yes, the 23rd of December at 7:30. This is all new to me, so I'm all trying to remember.
No, you're good.
But the reason I'm doing this show is because I have some friends in town from Vegas. So I was doing shows in Vegas, meeting comics, and just it's a big network
Networking.
of comics. Been doing comedy for almost 12 years now. Like I've met a lot of people, and you know a lot of people. And these guys that are gonna come to New Braunfels, I just needed any place because they're so damn good. Like they're so funny, dude. Like I'm a fan of theirs. Like we're friends, but like it's fun to be friends with somebody, be a fan of them. Like it's funny.
Right,
Like
right.
I get to enjoy their funniness. But Adam Dominguez, he's actually, I believe he was from San Antonio and moved to Vegas, but he's super funny. He just won funniest comic of the universe or in the universe. It was like a contest. So the story is that he was running late to the competition. The Uber driver dropped him off. He had to like run 30 minutes to get to the venue, gets on stage first. So in a comedy competition, dude, being first sucks because you're just warming up the crowd for the rest of the people. He goes first and wins the competition.
Damn, that doesn't
That's
happen
what's
very
up,
often.
right?
after running to the venue.
Yeah, because people are still getting beer and pissing and all kinds of stuff.
And wins the competition. But
That's
he's
awesome.
a comedian from Vegas. He does all the biggest venues there. Like I mean, he's a comedian, dude. He's awesome. And Jamal Coleman is the feature act. I met him at the Teachers Gone Bad show on Sunday. He was the host. They let him host, and he's super funny, man. And my buddy Chandra Murthy, Indian dude, another funny cat he's from San Antonio, but the other two from Vegas. They're stopping by. They've been doing all the comedy clubs around here. So they did Upstage in San Antonio. They've done some venues in Austin. They're in the area. They did Raymond's Room, South Padre last week, and I always call Raymond after the shows and see how they went over there. He's like, dude, they crushed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
killed it. So he's like, dude, you got to get any venue you can and have them there because they will kill it. And so I made a post on Facebook and was like, hey, anybody have a place that would be down to do a show last minute? And so the VFW post right there by the old library,
On
479, I believe it is.
Coll Street.
Yeah, on Cole Street.
Okay.
And we'll share that flyer, but it's just, and I just want to have a show, dude. Like,
Oh yeah.
it ain't about the money. It's about getting these guys some cash while they're in town.
And have a great experience.
And have a great experience. Dude, these guys are badass.
Yeah, and give back
It's
to the
all
community.
about it's all about networking. Like I want people to come out. I wasn't gonna have a show in December. I've been so busy. I wasn't gonna have a show. I was like, why not? Let's do it. I can't not have a show. Let's do it. And so we're gonna have the show. Everybody gets to come out one last time. End of the year show.
Oh, yeah. That's
Right
what's
before
up.
Christmas. Hopefully families will be in town. And I just want to have a damn good time, man.
Oh yeah.
So you
And-
mentioned networking.
Yeah,
and
networking.
and relationships. How
Dude,
freaking important is that, man?
It's important in comedy. It's really important, dude. I'm not the funniest guy in the. I'm like compared to like the people I enjoy. Like I'm not. I love like Theo Vaughn,
Hell yeah.
Chappelle. You know, like my buddy Raymond, Mario. These guys are hilarious. Like I got a lot of work to do.
Dude, the company you keep just makes you better.
Right, and
when
they
you're
do.
surrounded by funny people in comedy or great people in business, whatever, it levels you up in a
Right.
sense, and your mindset completely changes.
Yeah, and that's why I think that's a part of why when I get off stage, I'm not ever satisfied because I see them. I'm like,
So that's the when we peel back the onion, that's what it is.
yeah.
You're always striving to and you know your full potential, or you don't even know your full potential.
Yeah, and I know I
but-
haven't reached it.
But
Let's
you
say-
know,
I know
you
I'm
know
not there
you
yet.
can do better, and I think all of
Yeah.
us, in a sense, everybody in existence right now, shouldn't be satisfied with where they're at.
No.
And if you're satisfied, you're gonna fail in some capacity. You're eventually gonna fizzle out.
Yeah.
So I do like that. And how do you wind down, brother? Because a high octane guy like that, who's high productivity, who's always thinking about the next move, how the hell do you wind down?
I don't.
He's like, I know.
I pop up in the middle of the night sweating.
Get your
Cold sweats and shit.
No, I just chill, man. I just chill. I think so I just hang out, you know. When I just want to chill, I'm just at home. I'm just chilling with my daughter or my girlfriend. I'm dating this beautiful girl.
nice, man.
Yeah. Her name's Alex Jade.
Alex
Shout out
Jade.
to Alex Jade
We
later.
just said that publicly.
Publicly.
Hell yeah.
It's like I'm not like Elvis, bro. I'm not hiding my women.
It's podcast official now.
I'm not hiding women like Elvis.
Dude, how many women did Elvis have?
He had like too many, bro. He had like 14-year-olds and all kinds
Damn,
of.
what the hell?
I saw this movie. That movie with Elvis. He was trying to date 14-year-old.
Dude, that's
Priscilla-
in the
Priscilla-
entertainment
Priscilla
industry.
Presley. So was that
Yeah.
fat Elvis or skinny Elvis? What,
That was skinny Elvis.
Who
He was
had
like-
more women?
He was like, "Baby, I need you to just stay home. the set's real busy. I got a lot to do over there. And he'd go to the set and be like, oh.
I got a hunk of burning.
Dude, the movie was crazy. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for you if you're watching. He would call, Elvis would call her dad and be like, I'm going to take her out. I hope it's okay. I'm going to take her to Peter Piper Pizza. We're going to have a good time. I know she's only 14, but she's very pretty. Yeah. He'd be like, I'm going
to give her the 3-finger combo
Priscilla,
over at Cane's.
get ready. Elvis is taking you out. but he'd be like, but to Elvis's defense, like I in the movie, I don't think he really messes with her until she's of age. But bro, you groomed her.
Sure.
Come on, Elvis.
Yeah, that's what R. Kelly said too.
Yeah, peeing on people, grooming them. It's messed up.
Dude, so you mentioned Dave Chappelle. That guy was a game changer as well. So people that influence me, because I love comedy as well.
The World Series
Richard Pryor, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy. There was Raw, and there was the other one, Delirious.
Delirious was great.
Dude, when he told the joke about the
ice cream?
the shark floating in the water.
Oh, the G.I. Joe was swimming in the water.
And he went to the big cave.
Yeah, then the big brown shark came.
And then ice cream.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like 7, 8 years old, something like that, listening to this fucking vulgarity.
Yeah.
And it changed my life, man. It made me better.
Right.
It made me want to be
a person.
And I always think I'm kind of a funny guy. I'm not a stand-up comic, but I'm always trying to make my
you
kids
like to
laugh.
joke around and stuff.
I fuck around, dude, all the time.
When we were off camera, he was joking around and stuff.
know?
I'm like, oh, this guy's cool, man.
Dude, but my kids think I'm lame, and then my kids think I'm not funny. They're like, Dad, you're always making fun of people. Dad, you're always trying to make these jokes and they're corny.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm funny, man.
Yeah, get the belt, bro. Get the belt out.
See, he was really funny now, right?
You want to see who's funny?
Yeah.
Hey, well, speaking
Your
of
wife's
that,
there. No, don't hit him. No, I'll show you funny.
So speaking of that, Josh, I saw that your Spurs video after the Spurs won Wemby, you and your daughter were in this viral video, and you were on the news with them, man. How did that all go?
Oh, dude, that was crazy. Yeah, we were just bullshitting, We were just at the house. I was like, let's just record it for fun. And we were recording the video when Wemby he didn't get drafted, but we had won the number one pick.
Yeah.
So I go downstairs. I'm living at my parents at the time because when my ex and I split, when Jayla's mom and I split, I had to go live at mom's. So I'm at my mom's, living at my mom's.
You're making you made videos and jokes about that too, right?
Yeah, I'm like, why not?
Loved it, man.
Whatever.
That's awesome, bro.
It's all good times. And I actually miss living at my parents. Like my mom, mijo, I made video. Like she was always cooking.
Video.
Yeah, it was good times.
Conchitas.
But we go downstairs and my mom's there and I'm like, Mom, we got the first pick. And she don't give a shit, bro. She's cleaning.
like,
she looks up at me like,
what?
huh?
So this wasn't rehearsed.
No, not rehearsed at all or anything, bro. I'm just going off the cuff, bro. And I go outside and even my daughter's like making me look like a bad parent. She's like, Dad, I got gum in my hair. and I'm like so pumped. I'm like, screw the gum. Screw the gum.
That was like perfect.
Your hair
bro.
will be fine. We just got the number one pick. Life has changed forever in San Antonio. And now we suck again.
Dude, so we had Spurs Jesus here on the podcast.
Oh really? Yeah.
The other day.
I see him at the game.
Yeah, dude, he's a game changer as well for the mascots.
I've never met him, but I like him. He's a cool dude.
Dude, he's a tall dude. He came in here and it was like the real Jesus was in here, man.
Wow.
He's like 6'4".
Oh wow.
He's got his
Yeah, he's a
robe
big
and
dude,
his
man.
sandals and everything. No, actually he didn't have sandals. He had his Jordans on or something.
He was wearing the Spurs colored Jordans,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, cool.
I mean, Nikes that day,
Yeah.
I think, something like that.
But he asked us if we thought the Spurs were going to make the playoffs, and I said
Johnny said no, and then
I
he's
said
like,
no, and he
I'm
almost
never
walked
coming
off
back
the
on the
set.
show.
He almost walked up the set.
Oh really? Dude,
Yeah,
I
he
thought
got
for
a
sure
little
we were
upset.
making the playoffs before the season started. I was so
This
pumped.
is looking bad, man.
I was like, dude, they got the lineup. They got Sohan, they got Keldon, they got Vassell, Wemby. Like, I was like, Collins is
Come out. Right.
but I was like, that's a pretty damn good five right there, and it's not.
No.
It's shaky, but they're
What-
gonna be all right, man.
So Johnny's question to a lot of people is, do we keep Pop or do we get rid of him?
I don't know. It's just a shit show right now.
It is, bro.
You think he's past his time?
I think it's a little bit of everything that's going on, but I don't think we're far. I think even though it looks bad
Yeah,
now,
I think we'll get there.
I think we're closer
get
than
there.
we actually think, because I think in the future, superstars are going to want to come play here eventually. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to take Pop leaving
Yeah.
or what, but people are going to want to play with Wemby. And the Spurs are going to win again, bro. They're going to be champs.
Well, they better hurry for Wemby wants to go somewhere
They're going
else.
to be champions.
Dude,
They're going to be champions, bro.
It almost seems like Pop has completely changed his mentality from being a coach
To a mentor.
to like some kind of mentor.
Yeah, he's like a mentor.
That's what he is now. And I don't think he's really, I mean, of course he's coaching now. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the same emphasis and passion that it once was. And maybe he was missing something, like Josh was missing something when you were a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Just something's on his mind. His focus isn't on. Of course,
and
it's on winning.
And he's had a huge life shift though. Like, you know, he
His
lost
wife
his
passed
wife.
away.
He's lost his, like, dude. It's like, okay, as a teacher, when I have great kids and they leave, and the next year the kids that are coming up just aren't as well behaved or whatever, the dynamics are different. It can change you a little bit. Like, I'm not saying I didn't give those kids everything I had as a teacher, but it's just different. And I think when he has all these different aspects of his life are big changes, even in the world, everything. So I think he's just a little. He doesn't have fire right now. He has his fire is now is fueled by mentoring these guys. Right. I think, and I think he needs them though. People are like, when's Pop gonna retire? When's he gonna retire? I think he don't know what he would do if he was just at home. He's one of those dudes. He's a basketball head. He's been a coach forever. That's his life.
Yep.
You know, so I don't think he'd ever be able to just stop. Like, he loves it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Be in the office. If it gets to that point, he needs to just be in the office.
Maybe
or
just be a
something.
GM or something where he's still affiliated with the team.
I think that's what's going to happen eventually either way. Because I feel like we've built this culture here, and I think overall, I don't want that to change. But I think he's created that so much that it's kind of tough to change right now, him even as a coach. So
yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see.
So one more thing on that. Sohan is not a point guard. I don't know why we're trying to put him as a point guard.
And he's a great dude. He's a great player. He hustles. Yeah. That's what I love about him. It's like, because I don't want to talk shit. You know what I mean about my Spurs. Sometimes I yell at him, right? Like, when I'm watching, I'm pissed off at him, and I yell at him like he's my kid or whatever. I'm like, Jeremy, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Hold on to the damn ball, or where are you passing?
He's stealing the ball from him and stuff.
Damn it, Jeremy! Or he's lackadaisical, or he's not, like, you know what I mean? Like, turning the ball over, and I get pissed, but I don't want to talk shit about him. Yeah. But he's not a point guard.
Right. No, he's not.
He's not, and he's not.
He's a power forward.
I've even heard reports that he's frustrated. He's like, he's had moments where he's told Pop, like, I'm not a damn point guard, man. Like, lay off of me. Like, let me play the 3 or the 4. Let me play where I belong. Right. And what hurts me as a basketball fan is seeing any basketball player not playing their game.
Right.
And I watch him, and he's not playing his game sometimes. Like, he's just trying. He's thinking too much.
He's losing confidence, and he's losing the ability to really max his potential.
Right.
Because he's not.
Right. He's not. Like, do you golf or no?
No.
You need to golf.
I
you
do.
trying to golf, right, Jerick? I saw you out there a couple times.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, a little bit.
Golf
I'm not the
is
greatest,
like, if you overthink golf, bro. Like, I suck as it is, but if you suck and you're overthinking, you're gonna really be bad.
Because by hole 8 or 9, if I'm not doing good, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm just playing for shit now. I'm out here to drink. I'm out here to drink at this point.
Yeah, have fun. Yeah, but with anything, you overthink stuff. That's when you could be your own worst enemy. That's why in that movie Top Gun Maverick, when he's like, "Don't think, just do."
Just do it.
Just do it. So I think just doing it, you know.
Just do it.
So back to comedy real quick. What is your bucket list venue to perform at?
Dude, speaking of venues, man, like, I just want to let you know that I feel like if I were to just leave this earth today, I'm happy, bro. Like, I'm satisfied with my life. I'm satisfied with how comedy has gone. Like, just being able to go from comedy being my just ticket out of depression and just being like, I don't want to be depressed no more. Like, I just want to do something to make me feel okay. To have comedy be that and then turn into what it is today, looking back a year, I'm just like, wow. Oh, yeah. Like, I have some of my best friends. Like, I have a friend, Clifton Simmons. He'll message me all the time, bro, I'm so happy for you. You went from, like, not even touching a microphone to getting back into it, and now look at what you've done. Like, I got to do the Chicago Laugh Factory. Like, everybody wants to do the Laugh Factory. It doesn't matter where it's at, L.A., Chicago, wherever they have them. I think they have them all over the place. Tampa, Vegas. I don't know if it's still in the Tropicana. But anywho, like, and I got to headline that. Like, I never would have dreamed I'd ever do that. You know, I never, in my wildest dreams, did I ever think I'd be headlining a show at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
It's almost like too good to be true. Like, it's almost like, wow, like, what's going on
That's
here?
like the Comedy Store in L.A., right?
Right, like places like that. Like, but just to do that and do some of these helium comedy clubs, like a lot of the videos that you see, like reels of A-list comedy guys, they're doing the heliums, they're doing the Laugh Factories, they're doing the Comedy Store. Like, so to be on those same stages as those guys, like, that's cool, man. Like, I'm just like, wow, like, I'm satisfied, I'm happy. Any venue I do is a dream venue for me now. Like, anywhere I'm at, even going to do the Cole Street American Legion is the dream venue for me, bro.
Hell yeah,
like,
bro.
Like just every time I get to step on stage and enjoy what I love to do for people that are paying money to come see me do what I love to do, like, dude, the dream venues anywhere you step.
That's
you
just
know?
part of giving back and being genuine with your
Yeah.
fans. It doesn't matter where you're at, but that, I mean, great perspective
Yeah, dude.
on that. Because there's a lot of people who don't, they reach a certain pinnacle and they kind of forget
Yeah,
where they got started, and and you mentioned it earlier. Do egos take over in comedy? Sometimes,
like with some people, yeah, and that's what I try to come at this with no ego, bro. Like no ego. I'm not afraid to come on here and say I've sucked it up before. Like I'm not afraid to say what really goes on. Like,
vulnerable, bro.
yeah, like what does it matter? Right. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, what does it really matter?
dude, what makes you happy, brother?
I think just seeing my kid happy, man. Seeing my kid happy, seeing my family happy, making people happy. Like, I feel like I find happiness in others sometimes. You know, I love sports, so if I can just play some ball every now and then, go play golf, be with my loved ones, man. Like life's simple, man. If you make life simple, if you enjoy what you have in front of you, man, it's like life is so much better.
Absolutely.
Of course, I want more. Of course, we all want bigger and better things, but at the end of the day, no, I really don't. Like, I'm really happy with what's in front, you know, with what's right here. And I think sometimes we got to live in the now to have a good life, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is good to reach. It is good to want more and do better, but also just like, what do we got right now? Be grateful. You know, Steve Harvey, like, is one of my favorite dudes on like, not my favorite comedian, but as far as like motivation and stuff.
I love watching his reels.
Yeah, he's cool, man. He's legit, and he talks about just being grateful for like the littlest things, you know. And
awesome.
that's where I always try to live there, man.
Dude, and that's the secret sauce, man.
Mm-hmm.
Never be satisfied. However, always strive to do better every single day. Every day is another audition.
Yeah, and take a moment, pause, take a moment to just be like, what have you done? Where have you come from? Where have you been? Like J-Rock said earlier, this dude was backyard wrestling, then he did his wrestling thing, and he's always strived to do things, like whatever it is, he wants to put his fingers on it, and people will talk shit about that. You know what I mean? People will hate on that and be like, well, why does he just chill? Well, you don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I respect that, man.
Appreciate it.
And I've said that before. I'd be like, man, J-Rock is fucking wrestling. Now he's damn, like, what is he doing next? He's the, like basketball hoopster. Like, he does everything. Podcast. And I'm like, when I take a step back, I'm like, dude, that's grind. That's hustle.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. People, like, if people don't like you or they're, at least they're talking about you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I see it too. It's like if people are saying, oh, he's not funny or this or that. When it comes to me, it's like, oh, well, at least they're talking about me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
At least I'm relevant.
And I think that's something like growing up in our small town too, Josh. Like, there was a lot of that I did want to listen to, especially in that wrestling years. I'm like, I want to hear them. I want to hear what they say. Now at this point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm going to do what I like to do, love to do, and want to do. Like, it's just all those things all coming together. And then you finding the circle, man, which was probably going to be the last question that comes from me, is like, I wanted to always try to help you and try to also help others and be part of the circle. And I think at this point in my life, I think I found that circle, you know what I mean? So it's been really good for that. Do you feel like that's where you're kind of heading? Do you feel like being a comedian, you kind of had just stay to your own? How does that kind of work with the business that you're doing?
I think in comedy, like it's common, like with networking and stuff, it's just like I always be cool with everybody, man. Especially in the comedy scene, cool with everybody, fellow comedians, owners, bookers, everybody. Just be cool, just be humble, just be cool. And then even with y'all guys, like just be cool, man. Like if you're cool, I feel like what are you gonna lose by being cool? You got nothing to lose. If you're gonna be a dick to people, then you got some to lose.
Yep.
Right? If you're gonna have an attitude or a chip on your shoulder or whatever, then you have shit to lose. Like it's actually like it's how do you say it? Like negative effect.
Yep.
It's the opposite effect. You know, you try to think you're somebody, and it's gonna end up biting you in the ass.
Yep. There's second and third order effects to that. Every person you come across is either gonna like you, or they're gonna feel indifferent, or they're gonna not like you.
And I think there's a difference in confidence and that. You know what I mean? There's a huge difference just being confident in what you do, and you can still be confident and humble. You know, you don't have to like be submissive to everything, but I think it's just being nice to people, bro. Treating people like humans, like the way they deserve to be treated, and giving people that time. Like I'll never after a show, like I embrace it. If people want to come and take a picture with me or say what's up, like for me, that I know I did well.
Right.
Yeah.
If people are handing me the camera and being like, "Here, can you take a picture of me and the headliner?"
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
damn
"Okay,
it.
smile."
yeah.
Like if they're coming up to me and saying, "Dude, you are amazing too," or like
Right.
you killed. Like if I don't headline, like if I feature,
Right.
they're like, "Dude, you are awesome too, man. You killed it. I want to follow you or whatever." I embrace that.
It makes you feel good, man.
I'll never be one to go hide or like whatever. Like I always want to say what's up to people that support
Right.
me, and because we sell merch, we sell shirts and stuff. Like I always want people to follow me and support what I'm doing. And when they do, it means the world. Because like we said earlier, like people don't have to do certain things.
Yeah.
Like back to Chingo Bling didn't have to call me and tell me nothing. He could have gone on with his happy life.
He could have blocked you, bro, and just
He
said,
could have
I'm
blocked me
done.
and said, "F New Braunfels, I'm never going
Right,
there."
right.
You know.
That's right.
But he said he said he'll come back.
That's awesome.
Like
And I
wow.
think that's great. Like I said, I think that was a show that you needed. So as your guests start getting bigger and better, as you want them to be, you'll know how to get through those situations. Now, you know what I mean?
And that night, let me say
So-
this: that night I did tell the security to go tell them something, to go stop the noise. I told them, and they were like, "Oh, usually the owner or whoever's running the show
come
needs
on,
to go
no,
tell
that has to
them."
change.
That's what you have security for.
Hey, right? That's why I paid $200 some odd dollars per person. Like
Right.
this all, it's not free. Like I had, you pay money for things, and I'm paying for security, and then you're not going to do something about it. It's like, come on, man.
That's
like
rough.
they and me and Romaldo talked after because I kind of filled him in on what happened. He's like, dude, you should never have to go confront somebody who's already at that level.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're paying for security. But yeah, that happened, but like you said, learning experience.
Yeah.
Learning experience, and I'm not glad, but it's awesome that Chingo Bling is such a good dude to just be okay with it and down to come back, because it won't ever happen. That'll never happen again. Like I say, it was the biggest magnitude show. I wish it would have happened like at a different show.
Yeah.
But you can't change things that are meant to happen, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you said, God was
Yep,
looking out
God's
for you on
plan.
that,
Yep.
and he
and keep pushing.
got everything into Chingo Bling to make sure it didn't go any worse than it
Yep.
was. So, heck yeah, man. So
So last question, man. So you gave us your take. You started off in 2013 in comedy officially. I know you were the class clown and all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you loved comedy and you progressed and you started building relationships and you're here now. What advice do you have for an inspiring comedian who's younger, class clown, whatever, who wants to be like Chris Rock or Matt Rife or who's that young guy, Barbosa?
Yeah, Ralph.
Ralph Barbosa. What advice do you have for somebody like that?
I say do it. I say if you feel like you ever want to do whatever you want to do in life, you want to be a comedian, you want to be an entertainer, you want to be a singer, whatever you want to do it, because you'll live. You'll start to live, and do it with everything you got, man. Whatever you want to do it 100.
Yep.
You know, and I don't mean like you go insane or crazy about it to where you burn bridges in relationships, but do what you love, man, and especially in comedy. Like, and the way to start is get to open mics. San Antonio, Austin now with Joe Rogan's club and that scene blowing up. It already was huge before Rogan came along. Now it's even more. It's just crazy big, and so you can always get to an open mic to start getting yourself out there and people seeing you and trying out jokes. I never recommend taking the opposite route of. There's a lot of comedians that will try to get famous on online, viral videos, reels online, and then try to go do comedy after, like get a following, invite all these people to come see you, and then
It's completely different doing it in front of your camera and doing it in front of a
right,
crowd.
and then it's not the same. Like people have done, like one thing I go back to Raymond is like Raymond did it the right way. Before he ever went viral, he was already one of the best in comedy. So going viral just catapulted him, and now he can always show up to a venue and produce and make get the people get their money's worth. Like he's always gonna kill it. And when you do it the opposite, you set yourself up for like you're not gonna have longevity. You're gonna be real. It's only gonna last for so long. When people start to show up and say, "Oh, this isn't where it's at." So that's my advice. My advice for comics is like do it the right way. And there's no right way. There's no one single path. And I've learned that every day I wake up. I was like, what do I do next? What am I doing next? I look at my calendar. I'm like, okay, the month of February is kind of spare. What am I going to do? But it ends up just happening.
Right.
But my advice though is like, don't just like handle what you can. You know what I mean? Don't try to how do you say it? Like, don't try to skip steps. Put the work in and give it your all.
Or
With
be
anything.
somebody you're not.
Yeah, and always that's the number one thing I think in life is like just be yourself, man.
Right.
Don't try to be someone you're not. And definitely when I came on here today, I was like, I'm just gonna spit it real here.
Yeah.
Be real, and that's all I know how to do.
Yep.
You know.
That's right.
Yep. We don't have any script writers or anything like that.
No.
We do a little bit of research, but we base our conversations just on regular things that we know, man. And it's if you treat people good and you have enough conversations, it's eventually going to come natural to you.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what we do every day. J-Rock and I, we go have lunch and dinner and whatever. And
Lunch and dinner? What about your wife?
My wife, she's there too. But we just hey, and we have some funny conversations, and we're always like, man, I wish I had a mic. I wish we would have had this on video.
Yeah.
Because we say some funny stuff. At least we think it's
Yeah.
funny,
We think it's
or
funny.
maybe we bomb.
And next time when I come on here, I won't be so like we'll have more fun. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
today was just us like kind of. I guess you should know me just telling you a little bit about the
backbone
behind the
of it,
scenes.
behind
Dude,
the
we can
scenes,
have
yeah.
you for some of our live where we just go off the cuff, talk about random topics, and that's so our live sessions. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So for the sit down podcast, it's more of a standardized, script where not really a script, but just bullet points.
Right,
and
we're gonna go
question
here
ask.
and we're gonna go there.
But
you know?
you on a live would be freaking next
yeah,
level.
yeah.
We'll have to invite you, man. I think
I'm down.
we'll probably do our next one next Wednesday.
So Josh, what upcoming shows do you have, and where else can we find you, like on social media?
Okay, cool. So December 21st, I'll be at the Isla Grande at the South Padre Island. It's a good venue. It's Raymond Horta's venue. He hosts the show. They start at 7. And then the next day, the 22nd, will be at Cine El Rey Theater. I have a hard time saying that. Cine El Rey. There we go. Ooh, I had to put some more Mexican juice in me. Ooh, I shouldn't say putting Mexican juice in me.
Oh, yes.
Can we cut that?
Manteca.
No, we can't.
We gotta
get
use
that.
it?
You
Okay.
gotta use it.
So put some Mexican juice in me. December 22nd,
what she
Teachers
said.
Gone Bad. So Teachers Gone Bad show December 22nd at the Cine El Rey Theater. And then December 23rd, that's when I need you to insert the...
Oh,
December
here it is. No, I got you.
23rd.
No. Where we at? Where
Do we
at?
have it?
The Saturday, December 23rd. Yeah. Going to be here, a pop-up show. This show was not planned until today. So we're having a pop-up show. There you go. We're having a pop-up show. I was going to say today. December 23rd, Saturday at 7:30 at the VFW Post 479, I believe.
On Cole Street.
On Cole Street. Hold on. Let me double check that. American Legion Post. 179. Typo. My bad. American Legion Post 179. It's right there, kind of behind downtown, kind of by the old library and Carl Schurz. Anyways, it's right there, December 23rd. I got some friends in town from Las Vegas. We're going to do a pop-up show, which means it's a surprise show. People have already bought tickets. It's going to be a really badass time. Starts at 7:30. You're going to get to see Adam Dominguez, super funny guy, Jamal Coleman, Chandra Murthy, and myself. So don't miss the show. It's the last show of the year for shows that I produce. And thank you to everyone that comes out and supports. It means the world to me. At the beginning of the year, I'll get to go to Chicago, Indianapolis, and St. Louis on the Teachers Gone Bad tour, and I will give you those dates on another video. But your boy's going to the Midwest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some St. Louis.
Oh, and you can follow me at Joshua Jay Nieto, and that's on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, at Joshua Jay Nieto.
What about OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, DM me for that.
Do you show your feet?
I show my, I can't tell you.
You
gotta find out.
a third nipple. Here's a third nipple.
Yeah.
It might be a pop-up.
I show you. Let's just say I show you nip pulls, multiple.
Nipples.
Yeah, more than 2.
Hey, Josh, it's been a pleasure having you on
Hey,
the show,
thank
brother.
you, man. Y'all are awesome.
Thank
dude.
you for coming out.
Appreciate y'all. It was a
You're an
good time.
inspiration to many, man, and you bring it. You bring that passion. You bring that fire wherever you go.
Thank you, bro.
Comedy is king right now, and you're on your way, my man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all so much for having
Yep,
me.
absolutely.
Appreciate y'all.
So you can find us on socialplugmedia.net and on most social media platforms. We got TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. We're also on YouTube. Our full episodes are always on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, tell all your friends, tell your grandma, whoever else has internet, tell them to follow us. We're kind of a big deal. All right, with that said, you are unplugged from the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up. Today's episode sponsor is Top Flight Realty Group. You can find them at topflightrealtygroup.com. We are located today at Greenleaf Studio at the beautiful Greenleaf Health and Wellness Center in New Braunfels. So with that said, we are out, and we'll see you. Follow this man, Josh Jay
Peace, y'all.
Nieto.
Thank y'all.